Wouldn't travel alone outside the city. Forests are full of this kind.
Our beautiful city has been infiltrated by outlanders. It's a
look a little confused.
And trust me, Crow Peak's the last place you want to get lost.
The name's Brogan McQueen, formerly of Menetier, and before that, the Caelid Coast. I'm a hunter. I follow the quarry. And right now, the good hunting's all in Mithros. I knew there had to be other ways to regain my standing, to show the world that I was worthy of the title of champion. I organised the party and we've been on our journey ever since. I practically grew up in the arena, like the rest of these brutes. We fought for the pleasure of the crowd. I was on the cusp of ultimate victory, only to be undone by that cur Magnus. Everything came crashing down. Oh, that's the interesting part. Mithros is home to giants. Not giants in the traditional sense. Magical mutations. Freaks. They emerge every 100 years or so. They're called giants because they're tougher than your average monster. That's important because we've got a lot to prove. I don't know if you're looking for action, but we've got room for one more. You get paid for what you kill. The group of us, well, we fought in the House of Valor. Each of us came up his or own way, surviving by winning. Until we fought Tyr Magnus, the house champion, and lost. There's nothing like dishonour. It haunts you, and it follows you to your grave. There are few ways to recapture that honour, and one of them is to succeed in a great hunt. That is why we must find the giants and bring them down. I had a feeling about you. Something fiery in the eyes. I like it. Welcome aboard. You won't be sorry. You'll have the same deal as the rest of us. You get paid for what you kill, but you've got to take a trophy to prove your victory. If you're lucky enough to find a giant and slay it, bring proof back here for a payout. Good luck. Happy hunting.
One could cross from this peak to the other without ever stepping on the grass. The crow's feathers fell in a glossy black rug. The sky full of birds, drawn by the spoils of the caravan men and their captive wealth. Travellers would make their beds on the soft feathers and gaze up at the stars, blissfully drifting beneath the mountains. Now I sleep with one eye open, a dagger in my hand. There is true danger here. Cultists creep through the underbrush and Barghest prowl the slopes. Where once you heard singing and the pounding of the founder's dance, now you hear only the beating of your heart.
As expected, we meet again, as I knew we would. Is it so hard to believe that we are connected by more than happenstance? I am here in search of knowledge. Of course you knew that already. I have spent the last several days at the feet of a great teacher. A man whose understanding stretches far back into our shared history. His name is Ivan Hughes, geologist and scholar. His research delves into the hidden messages of relics, runes, and writings. He believes my necklace, the one you retrieved for me, possesses a deeper significance. I would like you to speak to him. If it's not too much trouble, take the necklace as a token of our trust. Despite what people will tell you, there is only one leader in Revival. Augur. He feeds off the instability and fear of our people. He wields the name of Telogris in pursuit of power, riches, and devotion. But he is not one of the preordained. Beware the false prophet and his minions. He was once a scholar in Edessa, I believe. A businessman and a scientist. His interest in me and my necklace is purely scientific. Master Hughes spends his days in the village studying the ancient Mitharan lith on the nearby hill. I must admit, the resemblance between those ancient stones and my pendant is undeniable. I have lived all my life in the Feylands, but my family fell apart during the Crystal War. My brother Helic joined the Warsworn, and I have not seen his gentle face in years. Even my parents' old gods were of little comfort. The world changed around us, yet no one seemed prepared for it. I came west to find my purpose, much as you did. The Chaos cult passes through our midst occasionally, but they do not linger. They care nothing for our people, no matter what Augur claims. From what I have heard, the preordained have a single task: to abduct and terrorize their enemies. For several weeks now, these kind people have filled the role of surrogate family. All of us wish for a new start, far from Fey conflicts. But we have stumbled into new conflicts. Chaos and order. Telogris seems to feed on our desire for peace. Revival is not a utopia, but most of its people look out for one another. He is a false god if ever there was one. I have seen him with my own eyes. Just a man, an ordinary man. Do not heed the fiction. Be on your guard.
Beware the night bargain.
Can't we? You're going down.
My first day on the line. Captain ordered me and Proudhome to scout the ridge, to search for Tuatha. No Tuatha, not that I could see. But mountains. Mountains as far as sundown. Proudhome grinned through the mist. "Welcome to the West Road," he said, his gold tooth glinting.
Heads for me. I'll accept whatever assistance you can offer. The city is too big for one warden. I'm impressed. Empty your bag and let's see what you've brought me. Wonderful. This is very good work. Well worth the reward money. Stay safe.
Don't linger here.
Piss off.
Hello.
Ah! You interrupted me in the middle of a particularly difficult translation. Now I'll have to start all over again. Oh, why hello. You must have been sent by the Crosswomen. Yes, that must be it. Master Ivan Hughes at your service. I am but a humble scholar, possessing expertise in both geology and gemstones. Miss Cross and I had gotten to talking when I noticed her peculiar pendant. It's quite old, you see. Quite uncanny. However, I noticed that it bears a stunning resemblance to ancient Mitharan stonework scattered throughout these very hills. I offered to make some additional comparisons, but, well, this region is quite hostile to newcomers. Perhaps you'd be available to act as a sort of bodyguard. Only if you're willing, of course. And I'd only need security when I'm doing the translations. Most historians believe that Mitharans are responsible for the region's impressive liths, but I have my own theories. I propose these structures predate the Empire of Erethel and date back to the Deep Gloam itself. They were shaped and etched by the gods themselves. Oh, wonderful. Some of the liths are located in areas of questionable safety. I'm quite adept at travelling in Mithros, but to stay in one place too long is to invite tragedy. You'll be the perfect deterrent. Here is the first location. I'll meet you there once I've gathered my supplies and updated my notes. Bye then. You'd best be on your way. The journey to the first stone. I am a master geologist and the former director of sediment development at Motus Mining Operations. As business waned in Detir, I chose to devote my time exclusively to my study of rare stones and relics. The necklace itself is unremarkable, but I have questions about the pendant. An unknown variant of sylvanite, crude runes. It may very well be that the pendant is a sister to the Mitharan's standing stones, dating back to the early emergence. How does this sound? Mithroliths. These standing stones are unique in all of Amalur, and I plan to coin that name. I dare say that the Mithroliths are artifacts of the Deep Gloam, evidence of Mitharu's first attempts to give order to a disorderly world. Bye then.
Hello.
Welcome to Gale Crossing.
Hey, stranger.
What a relief! I worried you'd been eaten. It's easy for me to slip into the shadows and hide among the scrub, but you're another story. I've been puzzling over these inscriptions. This is the largest of the stones driven deep into the ground. It's seen many generations, many millennia. See how Miss Cross's pendant glows. Let me read it. Great passion swelled. The patrons called him, promised a reckoning. Walk the unbound path. I don't have the foggiest what it means. I'm going to make a few more notes. Why don't you go on ahead to the next liths and we can meet at each one? Bye then. Just in time. Listen to this. The unbound path. All will yearn. Patrons immortal. Called to freedom. Fascinating. Goodbye then.
This is where you are.
Almost finished. Don't wait for me. Goodbye then. This one line has me stumped. Reaching to the sky, or we strain, or we stretch. Patrons look down, together not alone. Reforge the world. Goodbye then.
Hi there.
See how the pendant reacts? It grows more pronounced with every lith we visit. This stone says, one below the patrons, champion of fate, the unbound path, beckoning. Goodbye then. very close now, my friend. This narrative seems to imply that Mitharu was behind the emergence, that he alone ended the deep gloam. Out of the darkness, fate brings a dawn. Doorway open. The unbound path. Bye then. This is it, the final lift. Hopefully it will provide some insight. We weave together. We emerge together. All mortal men, called to the unbound path. That language, it's so clear. It must be the tapestry of fate. This suggests that the patron gods created the weave to bring Amalur out of chaos. But how do these stones in this story relate to Miss Cross's necklace? For that, I will need to do more research. You may return the item to Miss Cross. Tell her about the inscriptions, about this unbound path. I have more work to do, but I do hope we cross paths again. Bye then!
back. You have returned to me. And look, others have joined us. Like me, they believe you are more than a warrior, more than a hero. You are the Fateless One, and if any god in Mithras is to be worshipped, it is you. So Ivan has discovered the unbound path. It is a phrase that I have heard before. I will need to consider it until we meet again.
Keep your wits about you.
What do you want?
Telogris will give everyone a chance.
Stay out of trouble.
up! Whoa! Hello there. Slow down. I'm harmless, I assure you. The name's Jansen, Rota Jansen. I lead this caravan. Just a group of travelers heading west looking for new opportunities. You look like a person who knows their way around a weapon, considering all the ones you've got strapped to your back. There's been an incident, and I need somebody with your expertise. The Fatesworn aren't interested. They've got their own demons to chase. How about it? You interested in solving a murder? I'd make it pay. 4 members of our party. Harmless folks. A group of us went down to the river to wash, and something came out of the shadows. Whatever it was attacked Timur and the others. As the rest of us, well, we fled. Like cowards. Their bodies remain where they fell. Not much, I'm afraid. I didn't recognize the creatures, meaning they didn't seem like woodland beasts or wild fae. My first instinct was that we'd been attacked by one of the other caravans, but I'm not sure anymore. Thank you. You have my heartfelt gratitude. It's difficult out here on our own with no village warden to protect us. I'm ashamed to say we haven't moved the bodies of our dead yet. They're still where we left them along the river. Goodbye. I don't trust Don Burns an inch, but I don't think he's capable of anything like murder. So far, no surprises. Of course, I haven't seen much of it yet. Colder than what I'm used to, that's for certain. They say passage through the mountains is blocked farther up the road, that people are being barred entry. Not sure what that's about, but word is that a refugee camp has sprung up. Revival. Are you talking about the attacks? Sure. They're on the rise, no doubt about that. They tend to lurk up in the crags, out of the way of people. But sometimes they come looking for food. All I know are the rumors from folks heading east, back the way we came. Apparently, Revival is its own little community. A tent city of traders, travelers, pilgrims and settlers. I was raised by a grandmother who filled my head with stories. Ancient Mitharans, the lost city of Crownhold. With everything happening in the Feylands, I figured this was my chance to head west. To see if any of the stories were true. They're my ancestors, the legendary forebears of the Ulmane people. Their land lies in the Ulmer Valley, far to the west beyond the mountains. Some say that one of the early Mitharan tribes got lost in these canyons, built a city to rival Alfaria's own. Goodbye.
Be watchful. A gang of bandits.
A device? I wouldn't know anything about that. Effie's a gnome. Used to be an artificer for some of the scholars in Odessa. She might know something. Is that an appropriate thing to say? Perhaps I don't know. See you around. Coming all this way has to mean something. I can't see you around.
Hello there. Be safe.
You've returned. Alive. My scouts reported your successes along the road. They say it was a bloody affair. I'm afraid it was the only outcome. You've done your part, and now I shall do mine. Take this, and please, think better of Crownhold than what you see now. We will make it ours again in time. Mitharu, watch over you.
You there! Halt! I'll take that, thank you.
It's a pity. The Groot was a good man. To think he spent 5 years fighting the Tuatha, only to come home and die like this. A brutal crime. He deserved better. The Matharans left it empty for years out of respect for their god of order. But it's a solid old rock, picked clean but sturdy as hell. When the preordained rolled in, they started using it to stash their prisoners. I don't ask questions. I just take the money and run. No witnesses, but it looks like the killer used a dagger. That puts everyone in Mithros on our list of suspects. What about you? Interested in helping us solve this mystery? Can't offer a reward or any resources. It'll be just you and the truth if you can find it. Luther de Groot, a local. He served with Alfar up until a few months ago. Heard he was stationed in the Far East, Chloricon. Vets don't find much welcome when they come home, not even the few from Mithros. Poor kid struggled to find his place. Glad to hear it. We don't get a lot of murders around here, but crime is on the rise. It's the damn preordained. Feel free to check out the body for clues. I'll have it taken away for examination later. And talk to folks. People always got a lot to say. Let me know if you learn anything. Just a mountain kid. Knew his way around the cliffs and passes. Solid, like a slab of granite. Something about this time on the front line shook him to the core. He was never the same after the war. He lost something over there. What? Help you free that wastrel Agarth? Not a chance. I have some scruples. Mama Blackwood taught her boy well. Unless you're willing to pay, of course. I have not signed anything, if that's what you mean. And I do not get paid. But yes, I will aid them when asked. There are other methods of compensation. One of them is to be left alone. That's more like it. To win out here, you've got to play the game. Here you go. A key to Madding Wind. Service is rendered. Keep me posted.
Give everyone a chance.
Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
Augur can be trusted, regardless of what the Warsworn say.
Nice to see you.
Hello, my friend. Ah, I wondered if you and I would ever cross paths again. Our last little adventure was quite the pleasure. Listen, there's a little matter with which I need some assistance. Normally I wouldn't ask, but there are so few people that I trust here in Mithros. In finishing my papers on the Mithralis, I've made several other significant discoveries. I must archive my notes with the closest library to claim the findings. I'd go myself, but these short legs make for slow progress. Care to make a short journey to the city of Crownhold? The ancient stones tell a different tale than the one Telogris spins. The Unbound Path speaks of another figure who will free mortals from their fate. Except this figure offers true freedom, not the kind of reckless terror true chaos brings. There is much to learn, and I'm only getting started. Wonderful. It really isn't a long journey, but it's fraught with danger. You'd best be on your guard. There is a Docklefar working in the Great Library, Savant Reen. He's a notable scholar, and he can be trusted. Bye then.
Greetings, Outlander.
You'll know Crownhold when you see it. It's a test. Goyen is a moody, passionate man, one who finds research painfully slow. But he is bright and curious, and his work speaks for itself. I'm sure his time alone in Crownhold has done him good. Nothing quickens maturity like years of solitude. And books. Goodbye. Bye, my friend.
Careful. Preordained. Locking up their enemies.
Don't linger here.
Welcome to Gale Crossing.
Don't linger here.
Greetings, Outlander.
Welcome to the crossing. I hear them.
Take time to see the monoliths. Nothing else like them in Amalur.
Don't listen.
Careful. The preordained have been locking up.
Safe travels.
Take time to see the model. Keep it quiet. But I hear take time to see the model. Take time to see the model.
Welcome. How can the gemstone make your day a little brighter? We always seek to please. Sure. Lou came back. Oh, maybe 3 months ago. Been a bit of a skulker since then. Unsure of what to do next, I think. Oh, it's a lot for these soldiers to come back, especially here in Mithros. Our people never felt as close to the war as others. Good thing he had Nettie Blevins. She was a childhood friend, lives up in Crownhold. Oh, those two were thick as thieves, even enlisted together when they reached fighting age. You should talk to her. Really? I should charge you again. Warden Blackwood is the only one with the key to the place. But I know a few others in town know how to get in. Merchants. But they're not forthcoming with that information. See you around. I hope you're not one of those folks. Chaos isn't good for... business. Come back anytime. Welcome to the crossing.
Welcome to Gale Crossing.
Careful. We're still cleaning up the scene. It's a murder. City girl. Didn't have a chance. Her name was Nettie Blevins. She was the daughter of a high-born Mithoran lord. I'm going to have my hands full. They already took the body inside to the dock. All that's left is to find the killer and clean up the blood. Back to work.
Watch your back.
Hello there.
You buying? Are you here to pay my tab? I've got a whole pile of other debts if you're interested. I grew up in the city, trained with the Royal Guard, but I didn't want to stay here all my life. I thought the war would be an adventure. A couple of mountain goats smuggled me through the narrow pass, and I took up with the Alfar military in Rathir. Sure, she served under me for a few years before they transferred her out of Melsenshire. Blevins, de Groot, and Darken. Yeah, those three. Command in Rathir wanted them moved into the wolf pack. All of them are local kids. I saw Darken just yesterday at his family's place outside the city. It was a secret project, strictly off the books. Gnomes came up with the idea, which makes a lot of sense when you think about it. A military hit squad with no oversight. Those at the top wanted officers like me to have total deniability. The wolf pack was fierce, merciless. You wouldn't believe some of the stories I've heard. Try the ale.
Don't take another step. I don't know who you are, but this is a private matter. It has nothing to do with you. This mad woman, she's been stalking us all over Mithros, killing us one by one. But we did nothing wrong. She came for me and my family, but I managed to capture her. Now she's the one who must beg for her life. The pack? Why do you want to know about that? Command had us embedded in Chloricon. We'd been there for months, surviving on rats and supplies we looted from all the bodies. The Tuatha launched an offensive into Cursewood. They forced a village of mortals to shelter them, supply them, gave them no choice. But we had a job to do, to break the supply line, clear the forest, root out agents, so the Tuatha couldn't enlarge the siege. We leveled the village, killed anyone who didn't submit. Cursewood burned for weeks. But they were orders, procedures, all for the greater good. We saved thousands in Melsenshire that day.
At what cost? Women, children, grandparents, stacked like firewood. Our whole world died that day. War or no war. Centuries of life, of tradition, all for a siege that continued for years afterwards. When does it become enough? Too much? The wolf pack must pay. Kill him. Kill Darken, and the debt is paid. My vengeance will be complete. You will never see me again, or leave me here with him, so he may do with me what he must. But you will be haunted by the voices of the restless dead. Forever. Yes. Only the blood of the guilty will wash away this stain.
Heads up! Trouble!